What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Clutch back with another reaction. We are reacting to If White Men Were 100% Honest, Jubilee Edition. They got their faces masked up, and we gonna hear what they gotta say. So let's go.
We brought together 7 strangers, protected their identities, and created a space for them to be completely honest. What will be revealed when they take the mask off?
What? They take the mask off? Nah, that's a bait, bruh. They can't be letting them take the mask off, bruh. That's dangerous, bruh. That's dangerous, chat, bro. They can't be letting them take the mask off, bruh.
Everyone is racist, including me.
I would agree. I would agree.
I'm not, like, nobody wants to think of themselves as racist, and I don't think that I'm racist in the way that I think we think about racism, but I think I took the question as these like inherent biases that everybody has, and I think most of the time, most people are not aware of them.
It's weird. I think there's like this new generational divide of like, you are a racist or you said a racist thing. And I don't know where the line is. You might say something a little racist or something you don't see as racist, someone calls you out and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry.
That's facts, that's facts.
And if you argue that
people will be quick to say like that something's racist, bro, or racist. People will say that something's racist, and then like it's really just like a snowflake, like because they're snowflakes, bro, they can't handle like jokes, bro. And so like, yeah, bro, it's tough.
Point against them, then I would say you're a racist. But if you understand, you come to understanding, you learn, everyone should be able to forgive that person and be like, no, you made a mistake. People make mistakes. I don't know. I feel like it's a binary. Yeah.
So I think a really important thing that kind of is tough with cancel culture right now is that road to redemption. And so after you've said something wrong, how do you make yourself right again in the public sphere? At least personally, I feel like I don't see that a lot with cancel culture. Is if someone makes amends, there's now an acceptance like, hey, you did something wrong, but you're okay now, or at least better.
I think social media kind of incentivizes against redemption, and I feel like it's just outrage. And I do think people do like the rush of anger. I don't think people really believe
that boy trying to spit facts.
I guess just disagree with the idea of racism as a binary. It kind of goes back to that like really old meme where like Skipper says like, we did it, Mrs. Obama, racism is over. The idea of a redemption is just like, all right, they've fixed their racism, in the sense that like, I think the redemption that our society is calling for is impossible. It's almost like you need to like write a check every time you make a racism, and like that will absolve you of your thing, where I think like what we should be doing is like,
Chad, is this factor cap? Is this factor cap what he's saying right now? Factor cap, let me know. Let me know. Yup.
the idea of growth towards a better understanding.
I have struggled with my sexuality.
Some facts for sure. Heard you. Oh, what was the question? Hold on. I've struggled with my sexuality. What does this have to do with? Okay, never mind. Never mind. Let me stop. Dang. 4 is agreed? That's tough.
Attraction to men really young.
Tough! That's tough!
But I didn't connect to gay culture at all. And I was like, I'm either straight or gay. It can't be another one. So I very consciously put myself in the closet, and I didn't feel confidence to like be my own person, obviously in high school. And slowly but surely I started to come out to more people and talk about
Okay, that's good.
stuff. But people come out of the closet, that's one thing. That's the second step. The first step is like really kind of like acknowledging it and like loving yourself. And that was the hardest part for me. And I'm pretty good now. I'm happy.
We love that.
Now, very comfortable with my sexuality, and I know it's a spectrum, but I think I'm, for the most part, straight. I struggled with depression for a long time, and I think one of the side effects of that for me was I fell into an...
Hey, he twin for real. No, I'm playing. Let me stop. Let me stop making jokes on serious topics, bro. Well, it kind of is serious, Hey, everybody gets depressed now and then.
Eating disorder, and
I've never
got
been
really
that, like,
skinny,
crazy, though.
And because I was struggling with an eating disorder, it made me, for some reason, question my sexuality. And I understand how
Really?
messed up that is.
That's
now.
interesting.
I started to ask myself, why did you associate that one with the other? And I think it was because it's just not largely talked about with straight men that we can still struggle with mental health and eating disorder.
That's facts. That's
Core
facts.
memory, somebody might say, of me walking in to my house after the first day of first grade, and I'm just like, hey mom, I think I have a crush on my friend. And my mom kind of laughed, and she's like, oh, boys don't have crushes on boys. And I was like, cool, got it,
What,
awesome.
bro?
Just put that in the back of my mind.
G culture is something I haven't heard
The
of.
idea that if I
Mental
have a crush
health
on a man,
part
that's
is
not
super
inherently
real.
disgusting,
Facts.
because what's more disgusting than a man wanting you? Or like you said, like connecting to the gay community, unless you fit like
The G community?
the boxes, is really hard. And even now, like I went out last night and I had somebody that I kind of like caught my eye, but I had no idea how to approach that. It's like everybody else got like a manual and like 17 easy steps to not have social anxiety when in the club. And I'm just like, I guess I was sick.
I feel like everybody's has social anxiety when they're in the club, bro. Like, unless you're like, if you're not like, if you're off liquid courage, bro, you don't have anxiety, bro. Let's be honest here. But if you're not, like, if you're just bullying, like chilling, and like when you first hop in, everybody has anxiety, bro.
I didn't get that class. I didn't sign up for it on LinkedIn. Just sorry, I'm using humor to cover it up.
No, it's like, I went up to a guy and said, "You're so handsome," and I was like, "Oh my God, that sounds like I'm an old woman." You know, they're like, "You're so handsome."
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, obviously don't say that, but it's like, okay, but then what do you say?
Yeah.
It's like, do I not think that he's handsome? I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever been
confused by consent? Tough. No. Okay, I mean, I guess you can agree, but I'm okay. I'm doing it like super left field to where like you're confused, but you still go ahead. I guess I don't know.
There have been instances where, you know, in terms of friends, relationships, whatever, I can go too far because I misinterpreted consent, and just because people seem comfortable with something, you kind of go along with it.
Yeah, I think the reason I said yes.
I'm not gonna cap though. I like, bro. There's some situations to where it's like, bro, it's just messed up. Like to where like, say you're messing with a girl and a girl could say like, oh, like I'm cool with it, and then like after you do the deed, after you say she's cool with it, then like she can say like, oh, like nah, I really wasn't feeling it like that, and then you know this is like the whole left field situation as well. And it's just like, dang, bro. That's why dudes don't be dealing with females like that, bro. It's tough, bro. I can't be dealing with a woman who hasn't made up her mind, bro. Like it's tough, bro. It's
just thinking very specifically
slippery
about
slope.
Situations where both of us have been really drunk or something like that, where it's like, it's not one person's sober and the other person's drunk and the drunk person's saying yes, but if you're both drunk and both consenting and into it in the moment, and then the next day, like I've had like neither of us really consented. Is anybody in the wrong here? You know, and so that's kind of what I thought of when I heard I've been confused about consent. It's not as much in the moment, but after the fact in that scenario.
Jack, that situation is pretty scary because you interpret it one way, and if someone was hurt and you didn't mean to do that,
facts.
and you didn't take the precautions for that, you're still at fault. And
Facts.
I'm not saying that's your situation.
Yeah.
That's like that's the kind of world we live in, where we can really get in trouble sometimes, even when we don't mean to hurt others, and it sucks.
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing about consent is it's not always just like this guy being like, oh, come on, like, you know, there's such a finer line. There's so many gray areas that it's really important to have those conversations because there can be so many different scenarios that are still non-consensual. So
Women have more
Power than me. That is that question, chat. This that question. Hey. Well, maybe in society, I guess, so. But, like, it's that question. I ain't gonna lie.
I
Disagree.
definitely don't
Damn.
think women have more power. And I think some people might think that just because you're seeing a growing relative power that, some men might not be used to. Now that women are kind of getting closer to being equal to some people that might feel like they're getting more power and they might be more powerful. And so I can understand why someone might, perceive that as relative, but absolutely I don't agree that like women have more power. I think we're getting closer to equality at this point where it's a work in progress.
I don't know. It's like a yes and no question. I was harassed by a superior who was a woman at a previous job, like repeatedly harassed. I reported it to my boss, who was a white male, and he just laughed it off and said, toughen up, Buttercup. When women are harassed, I think if I was a woman and I reported harassment, especially right now with Me Too and everything, CEO would see a huge red flag, a huge possible controversy, and like I know there's definitely ways when that isn't true, but for me it was just like we don't care. You're a man, toughen up.
That's facts. That's facts.
Like she's a woman, she can't harass you. And
that's facts. That's facts.
It was really hard. I'm sorry. And I was really scared.
That was very unexpected, Chad. That's all I'm gonna say. It was unexpected. It was unexpected, but I feel for him. He's gotta let it out. So hey, we gotta continue. Shoot.
Like if I didn't have some good women in my life and some good people, I wouldn't have taken action. I would have just toughened up. And I would.
Yo, Christian, what's good? How you doing, bro?
Sorry that happened. I'm so sorry.
Bro, I got noticed when subscribed and I liked. Appreciate you, bro.
I've had fantasies.
What? No. There's no way. I've never heard about that for a guy, low key. What the heck? Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
One agrees, okay.
So I said yes because I can't think of a specific time, but I believe I have at one point. It's more like role playing under very strict guidelines and with the understanding that my partner will stop if I ever get too uncomfortable.
Okay.
In terms of fantasizing about actually doing the very illegal and immoral act, no. But I think, role playing or even the fiction you read or even to a certain extent, as long as it's ethically made, porn, it's
prawn,
healthily, I think is valid. And it's something that I think I have done in the past.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I explore it in porn, but
prawn.
It freaks me out too much. I do have this kind of feel of wanting to be dominated by a man, or a woman. That's more in porn.
Prawn.
In
yeah,
real
that's
life.
tough.
I feel like I've been freaked out in real life that happened. But
so in a situation where you're doing this, with your partner that you stated, are you the person that is receiving this idea of?
You're saying, am I playing the role of the assailant or the victim?
Yeah.
Okay. The role I am playing would be that of the assailant. In that.
Okay.
And my partner.
No, not tough and dang, not tough in a good way, tough in a bad way. Dang, that's tough.
A lot of things that keep me a more docile and submissive person.
I gotta put a disclaimer in the video, bro. Because how I'll be saying tough is it's people would say I'm happy
when you're
or
assaulted,
something.
Sexually assaulted, you don't have a choice in the matter. But when you are role playing it, you can say a safe word, and that you have the control.
Chad, what's your safe word?
When it's that control's robbed from you, it messes.
I watched the movie and they was talking about pineapple.
I feel like we kind of have a misunderstanding. I at least think that it's really insensitive, at least, to be doing these role plays because you will never be able to feel what these people feel, and it kind of it's off shifting to know that that's something desired.
I understand that, and like I said, it is something obviously I've never experienced it, and so my fantasy kind of might come from a position of privilege, and I think that's why I'd like to explore it in a healthy way to figure out why exactly I feel that way. And I understand from the outset, and even as I explain it, it has the potential to sound incredibly jarring and shitty.
The way you're explaining it though, that's why I'm asking you questions, because I can instantly assume that you're a person, but now that I see the way you spoke to me and you obviously have some feelings about it that you've thought to yourself over time. So, like, I just want to
Yeah, no, I appreciate
that. But and I think that the way we handled it is kind of a good way to be communicate with others and understand issues.
Yeah, no, like I appreciate the way you ask the questions and stuff like that. So.
Thank you.
I have been
I've been
abused.
abused tough. Wait, before? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been.
I just
said yes.
I've been going through it. You go through it.
No, I think I've just been abused two ways, and abused is such a, again, like, can mean so many things. So I've been abused emotionally in a relationship, but not physically or sexually, but definitely emotionally. And then I've been abused as like an employee to an employer. Again, not sexually or physically, but just abused their power over me.
As I talked about, I got harassed by an older female employee.
Bro, this is... I want to say a joke so bad, but... Chat. Oh, man, I want to say a joke so bad, but it's like, it's actually messed up. It's actually messed up. I'm good. I'm good.
Through it. It's always
I'm
a
good.
process.
My family, we've endured emotional, physical abuse from my father, and I'm sure a lot
You not cut? Nah.
He lives in a whole other country now, so I don't really talk to him. And I need that guidance. When I'm going from 14 to 18 years old, that's like a really influential time. So it's really
Dang,
hard
that's tough.
to have to
In the
figure
bad
it out,
way.
you know? The worst part was when I told him about some of the issues I have because I didn't have them because of the way he, hurt me. He kind of just said, "Yo, that's your fault. Like,
Dang.
you can't blame me for that and put it on me." I think this
Dang.
kind of ties into, I want to bring it in how sometimes I feel like as a white man, I can't really talk about my problems because you're always been taught to suck it up. And I'm sure
Yeah.
all of us have been told that multiple times in life. Suck it up. Buttercup, I heard over here one. So yeah, for you, I remember with your boss telling you that, that wasn't valid. And that's not fair.
I don't think just because you're a man or white, you can't be.
Hey, you know what Tate would say to this? He would say like, out of, bro, when Andrew Tate was saying in this video, he would say like, out of all the people who agreed, like none of them are like in the gym or something. Like they're all skinny, scrawny, whatever. That's what Tate was saying, bro. That's what Tate was saying, man. But they're not gonna show. They're not gonna show them.
Kind of requires a power dynamic, and like
What would say haram?
all of us were white men. There's always somebody above us. There's a richer, whiter man, I guess. So like, what is exactly the top? Because there's always somebody I think above us to abuse us, and that's just not really talked about.
Really quickly, I just want to do one thing. There's going to be no talking. It's the last question I have, and you cannot elaborate on your opinion either way, is the era of white men is over.
Oh wow. Yeah, I would agree, bro.
Really wanted to elaborate on that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. If white men were 100% honest, if you mess with the video, leave a like on the video. If you want to see more reactions or other content, GTRP 2K content on my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys thought of the video in the comment section, and peace. Nah, but what I was about to say, chat, is when they were talking about like the abuse stuff, I was like literally, I was like, what is this? Like, what are you talking about here? Like.